Okay. Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about life. Okay? Let's take the meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? There is no meaning of life. Okay? As I've observed and all that and stuff like that, most people's meaning of life is how much I can grab on for myself, and it's very selfish, how much I can grab for myself. What do they think they're going to do with all this crap they're grabbing for this, all this money and power and all this? Do they think they can take it with them? No. How about other people? Okay, as I find as example, some older people I know, their meaning of basically the only thing that their meaning I can see from them is how long can I survive? Can I survive that 1 more year, 5 more years, 10 more years, 20 more years? That's what I'm getting. Survival. Okay? So, the meaning of life? I don't think there is one. You're born. You live. You procreate. Have children. And then you die. What is the meaning of that? There is no meaning. Okay? You go for religious, that's why we have religions and stuff like that too. Our meaning of life is to get to heaven and stay away from hell. Yeah. And then there are some rules in the Bible and other religious books and stuff like that, how you should live your life. But let's be honest, okay? What do you actually need to get to heaven? Believe in God. That's it. So basically, a person who has lived an extremely bad life, killing, raping, stealing, doing whatever, all this stuff, could technically get to heaven if he believes in God. Okay? Whatever. Okay, the meaning of life, don't know. That's it. Okay? What is life? That's a more interesting question. Okay? In that, how do you define, or how do you define life? Okay? Well, that could be taken in several different ways, but I'm going to go with how do we define a good life or a bad life? By basically who follows the rules is considered a good life. Who doesn't is a bad life. But let's go a little broader than that. I don't want to talk about that part and stuff like that. Let's take what is life itself. What is life? Okay? It's a carbon-based life form. We're a carbon, for ourselves, we're a carbon-based life form. Okay? And it's all basically chaos, randomness. I can't see anything beyond that. But what about other life forms? Actually, we've actually found several different kinds of life forms on the planet that are not based like us, like carbon-based. They are... I'm actually not even sure what they're... I forget. I actually read an article. I was reading up on the internet and stuff like that, several ones. Near basically volcano vents and all that. And they get their energy from a chemical reaction instead of how we get chemicals. Okay, so but technically they're not carbon based, and this only came out last 10, 20 years or so. Okay. But the whole thing is, would we be able to recognize life out there once we get into space? There is a world out there. Supposedly, we're supposed to rain diamonds. Okay. It's a very harsh world, let's just say. If chunks of diamonds are falling from the sky and stuff like that, it would be not a nice place to live. For us to live. But there might be life there. How do we know? Okay? I don't know. There could be life on Venus. Or in the sun. How would we recognize? You know what? If there is some kind of life form in that hellish environment of the sun, would we even recognize it? Don't know. Not now we wouldn't. But there could very possibility be some kind of life form in the sun. You know? Or in such a harsh environment. Or a hydrogen-based life form. That would be in between the stars, floating around. And it would just be, the whole thing is that out in space and all that, it would be just, how would it be? It would just be a little, the amount of hydrogen atoms in a particular area would be a little bit closer together. Okay? So basically this being could be 1,000,000 kilometers in length, or bigger. Okay? More or less a cloud of gas. But the whole thing is the amount of gas in space is actually extremely thin. Extremely thin. I forget, was it 1 or 2 atoms of hydrogen or something like that per cubic meter? Maybe it's a much larger area. It's even less. That's me conservative. It could be even further apart, the atoms. Okay, but you know, so the creature would be extremely vast. We could actually go through the creature. Okay, some hydrogen-based creature, and we would not even know it. Because the whole thing is that the density of the atoms in that particular area would be just a little greater. Okay? I don't know. Would we even recognize it? Or a diamond in that, like I said, the diamond planet where it rains diamonds and all that. It could be a world where there would be creatures of diamond. They would be my guess is because a diamond is such a rigid structure, there would not be a lot of movement there, or any kind of movement at all. I would not even understand that kind of a creature. But you know, what if something like on Pluto? What if there's life on Pluto? You do know that there has discovered ice worms in in the south, in the Arctic, okay, in Antarctica, okay. They're in the ice. They've actually found worms there, living in the ice. That is a pretty harsh environment, and they live in the ice. They're a very simple creature, but you know, so it's technically possible. So, you know, on let's say Pluto or Neptune or Uranus or Jupiter, so it's possible there could be life there. Something we can't see or understand, or can't see the concept that it is a life form. Could be. There could be life all on every planet, also in every planet, in between the stars. It could be the whole universe could be teeming with life, but we just we can't recognize it. Okay? I think there is a lot of life out there, and a lot of it we cannot recognize. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that and all that. But the most important thing about, you know, our world, or people here and all that on this planet, is that there is no meaning to life. It's all chaos. That is my theory. Okay, see you. Bye. Thank you.